Today in the series I'm going to talk about like purification and how this is really important for your daily practice, for your daily releasing, your daily cleansing. And it's really important that we do this to release everything that happens within our day, within sort of like mental stuff, emotional stuff, physical stuff that hits the body. The body is the system that connects with our source energy, our source vibration, and it's sort of like is activated through light vibrations, light frequencies, like vibrations. And when we're in source and we connect to our higher self and our infinite self, the human body then vibrates on a different level, a different frequency, where it's more aligned with our infinite selves, our higher self, and it allows our physical body to become this channel, this attuned to this vibration, this frequency, again, which is our, which is connected through the chakras, the energy centers. And these are all daily practices or daily things that over the many years that I've been sort of working and developing in my own journey, that I have sort of like come up with, or I've been directed, I've been guided to, and it happens all the time. And I've talked about intuition, I've talked about inspired action, and I've talked about sort of like how you receive this stuff. Well, I was going to work this morning, and the reason why I'm going to talk about purification, I'm going to talk about source energy, and I'm talking about vibration and the many ways that we can do it. You've got things like, again, crystals, like selenite, which is all about balancing. It brings harmony, it brings higher vibrations, higher frequencies. It also works with like the angelic vibrations, which are very much angels and archangels, are benevolent beings that work with you, that work in a conscious frequency, that work with you to bring harmony, to bring balance, to bring peace within your life. They bring obviously insight, wisdom, knowledge. You've got things like Archangel Michael that you work with, bring protection, courage, wisdom. You've got many other angels. You've got like Raphael, which is about soul healing or spiritual healing, but it also works like on like new growth, new beginnings. There's many of them. Uriel, Jophiel. I always feel that these two angels are connected to like the yellow color. It's all about sort of like happiness, joy, and it's sort of like and creation and creativity. So you've got like these many different angels that you can access to bring in sort of vibrations and frequency. You've got like Archangel Raziel, who works very much on sort of like bringing cosmic energy or universal wisdom, universal understanding, and they work in the way on vibrations. They bring knowledge and spiritual truths and spiritual understanding, and they work like ascended masters do. Ascended masters do this. They bring like universal consciousness, universal wisdom, but they all come back to the source energy. They're all around source energy and source vibration. And again, I keep seeing this diamond energy, which is about the union of sort of like with source energy, source vibration, source frequency, which is what we're all doing at the moment. It's like what our purposes are, that we are moving into that vibration of source living. And source living, the term is around, from my sort of like the impressions that I had, source living is living in vibration, living in frequency. Creating and manifesting from source is living in the energy and frequency of the vibration of the universal law of oneness. And it's very much around that, it's this central, and source can be divided as like our central sun, the source of all life, of all creation, all reality. And again, like the and source, I always see like our like physical sun that brings life and vibration and vitality to our planet. Source is like that, but it brings it to our spirit, to our spiritual being. It's sort of like when we're connected to source, we're open, we're an open channel, and then we're opened up, and then what happens is then we start to receive source energy, and we start to connect with that source energy, that source vibration, that oneness vibration, which then activates and links us to our infinite self or higher self, or whatever or universal self, because many people call it many different things, but I see the universal law of oneness and source energy, they're all the same thing to me, because they're all part of one frequency, one vibration, which is the frequency vibration of source, which is what we're all created from. So today I was talking about like purification, I was talking about selenite. I started to sort of like move on and talk about angels and talk about crystals. Like clear quartz is a fantastic one. for purification, for higher awareness, higher consciousness. It helps to release and dissolve things. Like I said, you can use like ascended masters as well, like in the violet flame is something that can be used. Saint Germain, you can like invoke it, invite it in. These are the words you can use. Intention is everything, and this is how you dissolve and you release and you purify by using your intentions. And again, using your intentions, you connect to the universal laws, because you're looking at the law of attraction, the law of compensation, where you're sort of like you're creating something, and then once you create it, then it's sort of like that's what you experience. And then the universal law of correspondence, compensation is like, again, works within sort of like the universal law of polarity, when you're talking about vibrations, and you're talking about like the vibrations that sort of like connect to your source, or your consciousness, that lift you up, that bring you into like a higher vibration, higher frequencies. And then you've got other frequencies that are lower, that bring you down more into your 3D reality and your human self. You need a balance of both, because obviously we all can't walk around in, you know, in a state of pure trying to remain in the, you know, within sort of like the fifth dimension, which is all energetic reality. Well, we can, because, you know, we're living from the fifth dimension. Living from fifth dimension is the understanding that we live through vibration and frequency, and everything is energy. So we can live from that place, but obviously we've also got to be grounded, and we've also got to be sort of like, we're in human form, we're a human being. That's our reality. This is the state. This is the plane of existence we're on. So we do have to ground ourselves as well, and that's where you use like some grounded techniques. You can use things like roots at your feet that go down into the earth, and imagine them sort of rooting you into the earth to make you feel grounded. There's many techniques, many ways of doing it, but the releasing and the purification is really important. And as I was going to work this morning, I had a vision as I was driving the car, taking my wife to work, and I had the vision of like, and this is why I was talking about the central sun. And the central sun was the vision I was getting, but the sun was like in my center, my source energy was in my heart center, my heart center. The source energy was here, and what was going on is I was living from here, or I was vibrating from here, and anything that was coming in, like anything negative, anything that wasn't working through my mind, through my consciousness, was going into my source, and then it was being dissolved and it's being released. And this is a process of releasing and sort of like surrendering in a way, but not surrender where you surrender your power, but you're surrendering in a sense that you're becoming awakened. You're becoming awakened, and you're becoming aware that you've got in your source center, in your heart chakra. That's what I want to say. The heart chakra is like your source center, and you can live from source from here. And what it was doing is it was like glowing, like a sun, like our sun that we see in the sky, deep, rich gold color. It's vibrating, and whatever was coming in, whatever was sort of like, if my thoughts were changing, my feelings or emotions were changing, that they were not in frequency of high frequency, that were not aligned, that were not unified, they were going into the source, and then they were being dissolved. And this is what they were showing me, and this is why they were telling me about purification. I need to do this for myself, but I need to share it as well, because it's for all of us. The thing is, with collective consciousness and angels and ascended masters, they work on a collective vibration, they work on a universal vibration, they work on a source vibration, they work for all beings. We are all connected through source energy, because we're all born from it. So we all vibrate with source energy. We all have an essence, and all of our essence are born and connected to source energy. So we're all connected. None of us can be separate, because we're all sort of born from that source energy, and we all vibrate in that oneness vibration and frequency, as all reality and all creation does, in all the dimensions and all in existence. And the planet is also created from source energy, so it vibrates on it. So we're connected. So when they give us stuff like archangels and ascended masters, it's to be shared. It's to be shared because it's to be shared to bring new wisdom, a new vision to the planet, a new state of reality, and a new consciousness. And this is what ascension is. And this is why, and then we purify through we can purify through intentions, visions, meditation, using crystals on your chakras, um, like I said, visioning, sending energy out there, um, being an open channel to receive information, and when you receive it, then you express it. So then again, you're purifying, you're releasing, and then you're shifting your vibration. Everything is about shifting vibrations. This is the fifth dimensional plane. It is energy and vibration, and this is where we all live. This is where our essence is. This is where the doorway of consciousness, or a key of consciousness. When we open that door to source energy, then we start to live in the fifth dimension. We start to live like, and that's heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is the understanding that, you know, we're always connected, and we're never sort of like disconnected from source energy. And source energy and like spiritual reality, spiritual vibrations and frequencies, we're always connected, because our essence is the same as those within different realities. We're all connected through that essence, for that source energy. And heaven on earth is the understanding that we can create and manifest through our source creator anything we want on this plane of existence. When we're open to source, and we're creating from and manifesting and using the universal laws, to create, manifest, like through inspired action, when we are being sort of like impressed upon by our infinite selves, higher selves, from the angels, the guides, the ascended masters. When we're being given inspired action, universal law of inspired action, we should express it. We should act upon it. That's what the universal law of inspired action is about: acting on it in this reality, to change, or shift or purify something, to bring a new vision in, a new reality, a new way of being, a new existence. This is what inspired action is about. And the universal law of compensation works with this, because the universal law of compensation sits in our source center, our heart chakra, and it allows us to start to become awakened to that source energy, that essence. That's what the universal law of correspondence does. It opens us up to know that from within us is an essence, a source energy, that when we live within it, then we can express from a higher place, a higher purpose, higher awareness, higher consciousness, because we're open to our higher selves, our infinite selves, and then we start to create and manifest from there. That's what the universal law of correspondence does. We've also got Lord Lanto, and this energy of this ascended master was connected to that vision I had when I was driving the car. Was about the source center, but that was also about illumination. And illumination is a great spiritual tool, because illumination, and when it was talked about I feel the many sort of eons ago, that it was talked about illumination, and you talk about Lord Lanto walking the planet as this incarnate, and the illuminated heart and illumination, and the ascended master. It's very much around the understanding that, you know, anything can be dissolved, anything can be sort of like released, expressed. But illumination also is the vibration where you connect into infinite wisdom, infinite understanding, because you enter into your source energy again, where there's this infinite consciousness, infinite wisdom, infinite understanding. And when you live in that place, then you're an open channel to receive the direction, receive the insight, to create and manifest what is in line with your purpose. We've all come down here for a purpose. We've all come down here to help shift, align this planet. We're all here, we're all in it together. We've all come down here for this reason. And this is what this illumination is about. When you can live in illumination, you can live in a frequency of harmony. When things come into your reality that do not align, or do not unify, or do not resonate, then you just release them, or you dissolve them. And then what you do is you open up to receive the insight and the awareness, then to express something that is more in line with your purpose, more in line with creation, that is needed for this planet, but also for yourself and your own reality. Your higher self and everybody else's higher self are all interconnected and are working as one being, as one vibration, as one frequency, and they're all activating, and they're all working to inspire us, you know, in this human form, to align with our purpose, which is our purpose is in line with the collective purpose for this planet, for this reality. And the main purpose of this planet is to come back into union with source energy, is to live from a fifth dimensional vibration and frequency, and we can only do that by living through energy, through vibration, through the universal laws, and we can only do that by becoming more aware and developing our relationship with our infinite selves and our higher selves. And our higher selves are working on a collective vision, and we're all sort of like connecting and unifying with our infinite selves and higher selves to become part of that vision. And each and every one of us, that is our purpose of being here. And this is why I talk about these tools, so that we can all start to sort of like be aligned, become awakened to this. This is what we do. This is what light workers do. This is what beings do. They work for a collective vision, and that's what we're doing now. And that's the insight for today.